All right, fight fans, special treat, friend to the room. The number one pound for pound fighter in the world, Terence, but Crawford is on the line with us.
What's up, champ?
What's going down?
Listen, you're obviously in beast mode right now. We see the beard is rugged. You running up those, are you in Colorado?
Of course.
Running up the mountains. There's so much to talk about. Before we get to the Avanesian fight, I want to jump into this, but after you put out the live that everybody watched, where you addressed everything regarding the Errol Spence fight, you addressed the negotiations and why you moved on. Has anybody on that side reached out to you? PBC side, Errol Spence, Al Haymon, anybody on that side after the live?
No.
Were you surprised about that, or you expected?
Well, I expected. It's just something that was put out, and I don't believe that after me expressing the truth that they was gonna be quick to jump and reach out to me.
And was it real quick, just to follow up with that? You're a type of guy that you're private, you don't really reveal too much. It was rare to see you do that. Was it the social media hate, the misconception that people had about you wanting to fight? Did all that just pile up on you one day and you said, you know what, I need to tell the world what's really going on?
Of course, the crazy part about it is I've been getting blamed for the fight not happening for years. When it get to people that I know and friends that I know that start believing certain things that aren't true, then sometimes you just got to lay it all on the line and just give your take on everything and let everybody know, like, look, I've been trying to make this fight for years now, and it's obviously not my fault why the fight haven't happened. Well,
you inspired guys like Oscar De La Hoya. Now he wants to tell whatever he knows. I don't know. But I feel like you're a G for what you did. I feel like a lot of people don't even mention Al Haymon's name. But do you think that because you mentioned Al Haymon's name and you told the things that went on during the negotiations that might mess up any negotiations in the future? How do you think he's going to respond?
I don't know. Like I said before, I was a cool dude, like smart. Yeah. I like talking to him, but at the same time, Errol Spence is his guy, and that's who he's gonna go to bat for. When you with him, he's gonna go through tooth and nails with you, and when you're not with him, then you're on the wrong side.
I definitely understand that, but what's stopping you from being his guy? And I know that he has experience with Spence. He's been with Spence for a long time. He has loyalty to Spence. But what's stopping you with being one of his guys? Like, even if it's fight per fight basis, like, Mikey Garcia and other guys who did that, what's stopping you from being that and then being able to get treated better and getting guarantees?
Well, when you look at Mikey Garcia wasn't never his guy. Mikey Garcia was just used to catapult Errol Spence to a different level by using Mikey Garcia, and all his accomplishments to, elevate Errol Spence from where he was to now.
Yeah, but even though he got paid well, though.
But before
I'm just saying.
He was using Al Haymon. Mikey was using Al Haymon before that as well, before that fight.
But you got to think it was all tailor-made for him to build him up, give him a couple of fights, and then ultimately, him and Spence was going to fight. So, we'll throw you a bone here and there just to, get you excited and, believing in us. But then after the Errol Spence fight, then, where was Mikey Garcia?
That's true, but shouldn't you be somebody like Al or anybody desires? You're the best fighter in the world right now.
Well, everybody don't believe that I'm the best fighter in the world until I show them. A lot of people, they can say whatever they want. They can, tweet out, I haven't fought nobody, but all my career, I haven't seen anybody jumping for joy to fight Terence Crawford.
Yo, Terence, you put it all out on Instagram Live, but when you said those things to Al, speaking to him about, I just want transparency. I just want to know where all the money is going. Like, what was his response? Like, how did he defend himself with those type of questions?
And listen, I don't really too much talk in the media. Well, he don't at all. So, everything that I said was, what I said, and that's that pretty much.
Right. Well, have you noticed any change since you did that live video on your IG? Have you noticed any change in like the temperature of fans? Because I'm sure you saw all of the hate, but have you noticed that, fans are saying, all right, we starting to see your side now?
Well, some people still, believe what they believe in.
Right.
It don't matter what you show them. It don't matter, the facts. It don't matter, if somebody came out on Errol Spence's side and said, this was that, they'll still find a reason or a way to try to justify the fact that they wrong,
Right.
So it just, it never going to be a day where, certain people give certain individuals their credit.
Have you spoken to Errol Spence since the last time you spoke to him?
No, not at all. Not even. Ain't no reason to talk to him.
Are there any regrets, Bud, in hindsight, right, where you at right now? You obviously have control of your own career. Are there any regrets about leaving Top Rank and moving forward, or are you happy with that decision?
No, not at all. I did what I did. Like I said, everything happened for a reason, and I'm here now, and it is what it is.
What is Terence Crawford's deadline, right? Look, Terence, you're in your 30s, you have beautiful kids that are wrestling and playing sports, and I know at one point you want to give them 100% of Terence Crawford time, right? What is the deadline for the Errol Spence fight for you? When are you going to say, like, we all know you have Avenisian on the 10th of December, and everybody's expecting you to win and move on because they still want that fight. So we still have hope for it, but what is your deadline when you're going to say, I'm done with this, I'm moving on?
Well, look, I didn't battle within myself for years, with the Errol Spence fight. I said it to y'all a couple of years ago. Like, I was done with it, because at some point you get tired of it, and it's like you putting everything into it, and not getting nothing out of it, and everybody blaming you. So it's just like, either I do it or I don't. I'm still at fault. But the mission is the same,
No doubt.
Me be victorious versus Avenisian, which is a tough opponent. A lot of people don't know him, but the boxing diehard people does know him. They just act like they don't. They just kind of disappointed in the way the negotiations went with me and Errol Spence. So of course they're gonna try to throw shade on the fight and say, oh, well, he's fighting this guy and this guy, but this guy that I'm fighting is a real guy. He's a real challenge, and he's dangerous because he got everything to win. And I mean, those guys right there that have nothing to lose is the most difficult guys to fight, because they come in, with a lot of passion, a lot of determination, and a lot of will to win, but they throwing you. So I'm not listening to all these guys saying that, oh, he's fighting a bum and cab driver and this and that and this, because they don't know boxing. There's a reason why a lot of people turned this guy down to fight him, and why he haven't gotten his shot. So me personally, I just go in there and do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm focused. I've been training tremendously hard, like I'm training for anybody else. I never take any opponent lightly. And December 10th, I'm gonna go in there and look to put on a show like I do each and every time I step foot in the ring.
All right, I want to ask you about BOK, but what did you just mean just now? You said that's why he didn't want to fight him. Who were you talking about? You talking about Spence not wanting to fight Avanesan, or who didn't?
No, I'm just saying, man. There's a lot of people that, you know, I'm not gonna go into names. They know who they is.
Oh,
That turned the fight down with him.
Got you.
You know, not saying Spence, but I'm just saying, you know, there's a reason.
Got you. So you said that you were in negotiations with Al and them for like a while, since May. So when did BLK approach you?
Well, I've been talking to them probably around June, July. It was early, but it wasn't nothing like, well, really I met him before then, but I didn't really have too many conversations with him because I had stated to him, like, man, I got other things lined up, you know, and that I'm moving forward with. I really didn't tell him about the Spence fight. Then once I did tell him, I just kept it real with him, like, hey, listen, you know, I got this fight. Yeah, we never had any negotiations. We were just talking, you know, getting to know one another, and, you know, once they really wanted to do something, let me know that they wanted to do something. I had stated, like, listen, you know, this is my first priority, my main priority, and this is where I'm headed, because I didn't want to lead them in the dark and have them have their hopes up high, and then I turn around and, you know, just say, fuck. Yeah.
So was BLK one of the companies that you said was offering the 50 million, 25 a piece? Because Errol Spence said, when you said, yeah, I got two companies that could offer us 25 million, he said that you couldn't show him who they were.
That's a lie. Listen. I'm not gonna go into detail.
But give us something about.
I'm not gonna go into the detail of who it was and what. That's what I'm not gonna do.
No, but did you tell him? No, we just want to know if you told him.
Just know. I told him on a FaceTime to his face, like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And not once did he ever say, who is the hedge fund, where the money, this and that. Never in a million years did he ever ask those type of questions. So, you know, he can go and say, oh, well, I asked him this. If he asked me that, then we would have been talking, you know, further in the negotiations about the money. He never not once asked me anything. I even brought it to Al, so it wasn't nothing. Like I said, that's water under the bridge.
But was it BLK though? Was it BLK Prime or was it two other companies?
I'm fighting. Like I said, I'm fighting David Avanesan, and that's where my main focus is at.
In other words, none of your business. None of your business. Don't worry about that. You might find out later.
I can dig it. Now, as far as the new company, their startup, people are wondering what they're going to bring to the table. How has everything been since you decided to sign for the Avanesan fight? How have they been treating you creatively? Are you happy with what they're doing with the promotion and all of that?
Well, everything's been good. You know, they fairly new into boxing, so of course they're going to get a lot of backlash. Of course, a lot of people going to say, oh, well, they don't know what they're doing and whatnot. But, you know, everything's been smooth sailing so far. So, you know, I'm happy with where I'm at, you know, so that's all that matters. As long as, no doubt. The fighter.
Look, a fighter of your stature has to think ahead though, right? I mean, what is the plan in early 2023? Is it to go back and try to renegotiate with Terence Crawford? See?
With Terence Crawford.
I mean, sorry, with Errol Spence for PBC.
Yo, you your toughest fight yourself.
Yeah, you gotta beat yourself. Yeah, I mean, that's the plan, right?
Like I
Circles,
said,
spin the block.
But will that be with BLK? Will that be a potential PBC BLK collab?
Who knows? You know, but he said he was going to circle the block. You know, so let's see. You know what I mean? He be victorious in this fight. I'm victorious in my fight, and he's splitting the block. And I'm gonna drop him off, like I said.
That's funny. Yo, so all right. David Avanesan, I know he's a good fighter. I seen what he did to Josh Kelly. He got like 6 knockouts in a row right now. Let's say Spence fights Staniotis. Do you think that he's definitely going to fight Thurman? You think?
I think he's fighting Thurman. You know, he got three mandatories, and that's Boots, that's Stanionis, and that's Keith Thurman. And I just think the WBC is going to overpower the other two sanctioning bodies. You know, and Keith Thurman is going to get the shot.
You know, people are saying
even though they paid Stanionis two times to step aside.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard that. I mean, there's rumors that after the fight with Thurman, that Errol is going to go up to 154 because he's been at 147 for too long. Are you afraid that actually might happen? Even though you did say you would move up to 154.
Avanesian is, you know, my main focus. That's who I'm focused on. That's my main priority. You know, I done turned off the Errol Spence, everything. So
no, I got it, but that's still all in the future for you moving up to 154.
I said that how many times?
All right. Listen, not to us.
The mission is still the same.
Got it.
The mission is still the same, to get the fight. You know, to give the fights. I mean, get the fans the fights that they want to see. You know, but at the same time, I just want everything to be fair. You know, that's all I asked for. Right. You know, and I don't feel like it was fair ever.
So, Bud, can the fans hear it out of your mouth? You're 35 years old. A lot of people saying negative things, but they don't know you live only boxing and there's no outside things that's stopping you from being great. Are you still in your prime?
Yes, I am. I don't feel like, you know, when people say stopping you from being great, I'm already great. You know, I defeated all the odds, you know, coming from Omaha, Nebraska, you know, being shot in the head, like, you know, it's so many obstacles that, you know, I didn't overcame. Like, I'm already great, you know. I got my health, you know, I'm smart. I got tons of businesses, you know, like, I don't need boxing right now. Like, I'll box for the love of the sport. You know, I got, you know, real estate, you know, so they can say whatever they want, but I'm
you hiring, bro?
So you could retire right now and be financially set for the rest of your life, you and your family.
Of course. 1,000%.
But before
next time we go out to eat, I'm not paying. I'm just letting you know that.
No, last time it was Mario, but next time it's on Bud.
You gonna pay for your meal next time.
Listen,
I got y'all. I'm gonna just write it off. Don't worry.
Well, listen, matter of fact, we going to Omaha for this fight. But can you talk a little bit before you get out of here about coming back home and fighting home and the energy that the town has received? You know, how they're reacting to you being back home.
Well, you know, if you get on the line and you try to purchase tickets, you'll see the support. You know, tickets went crazy, you know, within the first hour. And that just shows, you know what I mean, the love and the support that my city have for me. And I, you know, thank them each and every time that I step foot in the ring. And that's why, you know, every time that I fight, I got Omaha on my trunks, because, you know, I represent them and as they support me. You know, it's nothing like fighting at home where all your supporters get to see you, you know what I mean, live, front and center, where, you know, they might not being able to, you know, pay for a flight, a hotel, and a fight ticket, outfits and whatnot to go to Vegas or New York. So, you know, sometimes it just work out for the better, you know, when things is at home, where you can just go down the street, you know, and you can attend a fight, and then you can just go back home and you don't got to worry about all the extra things that you will have to worry about when you're in a different state.
Right.
All right. Not forgetting where he came from.
No doubt. Before you go, Terence, let's say, obviously you're going to beat Avanesian. I'm sorry for talking like that. I just got faith in you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, so after you beat Avanesian, if the WBO says Virgil Ortiz is your mandatory, because that's what they've been saying, and you have to fight him, would you fight him?
Of course. He been my mandatory for how long?
I don't know.
You got to understand, he was my mandatory before Sean Porter.
But did you give him step aside money, or you just were able?
Never.
Never.
Never in the history of Terence Crawford's career have he ever gave anybody step aside money. to fight, ever. I always fought my mandatories. Always. Even when people, you know, oh, well, he fighting this guy. Yeah, I'm fighting him because he's my mandatory. You're right, you know, because I was once that guy that they try to pay to get step aside money to,
Right.
you know, and I turned it down because, you know, this is my shot at, you know, a world title, and this is my dream, this is my goal, you know, so no amount of money they could have paid me to make me step aside to fulfill my dream.
Who offered you step aside? Ricky Burns?
Yes. Yes.
But I can't remember the last time you went the distance in a fight. Honestly, I don't remember offhand. So you're crushing everybody. Would you be unhappy if you don't get a stoppage on December 10th? I know what you're supposed to say, but
not at all. Not at all. Because, like I said, I've been saying this my whole career. We don't trade for the knockout. We trade for the long haul. You know, the knockout is a bonus. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, long as we secure the win. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter if I get a knockout in the first round or decision. It all is going to be the same on your record, a win or a loss. Right. So, you know, we train for the win.
All right. Well, listen, good luck. As always, Champ, we know you're going to be ready, and we should be there front center, God willing. Good luck. Thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.